Hey, this is Rebecca Westman, and you're listening to the Wedding Collective podcast. I'm a Canadian wedding photographer based on the border of Alberta and Saskatchewan. Hey, Lloydminster! Welcome to your local go-to podcast for all things wedding planning. I'll be sitting down with real-life couples and local wedding vendors, connecting you to the best of the best in the Lloydminster area. Plus, I'll be sharing my own experiences as a wedding photographer, offering insights and advice on what I've learned while working with my couples. So, whether you're sipping coffee with your wedding planning checklist or just daydreaming about your perfect day, this podcast is your new best friend. Stay tuned for inspiring conversations, valuable insights, and a whole lot of love. This is the Wedding Collective podcast. Let the wedding adventure begin. Hey guys, welcome back to the Wedding Collective podcast. I can't believe we're into April already. The sun is shining, the snow is slowly melting, and wedding season is right around the corner. If you're new here, my name is Rebecca Westman, and I'm a wedding photographer based in Lloydminster. I created the Wedding Collective podcast to help you navigate your wedding planning journey. Every other week, I've been sharing a wedding planning 101 episode, and today we'll be tackling a topic that's often overlooked but incredibly important: managing family dynamics during the wedding planning process. Planning a wedding isn't just about choosing the perfect venue or finding the right photographer. It's also about navigating the complex web of family dynamics that inevitably comes into play. And the plot only thickens if you or your partner's families are contributing financially to your special day. While a wedding marks one of the most significant milestones in your lives, it's also a profoundly meaningful day for the families involved. However, it's not uncommon for relatives or soon-to-be in-laws to become overly involved in the planning process, often unintentionally. Despite their well-meaning intentions, having too many cooks in the proverbial kitchen can sometimes lead to feeling overwhelmed or as if your own wedding vision is getting lost in the shuffle. So from differing expectations to potential conflicts, managing family dynamics requires patience, understanding, and effective communication. I have 7 tips for navigating these family dynamics and expectations, so let's dive right in. Number 1, set boundaries. When it comes to managing your families while planning your wedding, one of the most important things that you can do is set boundaries and manage expectations early on. When you first announce your engagement, it's natural for family members to have their own ideas and expectations for the wedding. However, it's crucial to establish clear boundaries and communicate your wedding vision from the beginning. Whether it's the size of the guest list or the style of the ceremony, let them know what aspects are non-negotiable and where there might be room for compromise. Open and honest communication can help prevent misunderstandings down the line. So, what does that look like in real life? Start by articulating your non-negotiables on paper. Do you envision exchanging vows by the water rather than in a church? Are you not too keen on giving speeches? Maybe you would prefer a food truck over a formal sit-down dinner. Your wedding day should reflect your unique personalities and preferences. So take the time to create a list of must-haves and deal breakers that truly resonate with the both of you. Use the list you made as a reference when speaking with your families. And if verbal communication is a struggle, consider writing out your desires and using it as a script or emailing your preferences when appropriate. Tip number 2, communication. Next, let's talk about communicating your wedding vision to family members. Your wedding should be a reflection of you and your partner's unique love story, but it's important to involve your families in the planning process. Take the time to sit down with your loved ones and share your vision for the big day. And while it's essential to set those boundaries and make sure your preferences are known, be open to hearing your family's input. they might have valuable insights or traditions that are meaningful to them. By involving them early on, you can ensure that everyone feels included and valued in the decision-making process. Tip number 3, family traditions. Family traditions and cultural expectations can also play a significant role in wedding planning. Whether it's a religious ceremony or cultural customs, it's essential to honor and respect your family's traditions while also staying true to your own values. For example, I've seen couples do 2 separate ceremonies, or in another wedding, the bride wore a culturally significant dress to her ceremony and changed into a white ball gown for her reception. Finding that balance between tradition and personalization can be challenging, but it's ultimately what makes your wedding day uniquely yours. Are you looking for a wedding photographer? I would love to work with you. Right now, I'm booking into 2025, but I still have a couple of dates available in 2024. Simply head over to www.rebeccawestman.com/contact and fill out my inquiry form. If I'm available for your date, we'll set up a time to chat about your wedding day dreams and make sure we're a good fit for each other. Now, let's get back to the episode. Number 4, involving family members. Just because you want to set some boundaries with you and your partner's relatives doesn't mean that they're cut out from the wedding planning process. Including both families in the planning process can help foster a sense of unity and shared ownership over the wedding day. Whether it's involving parents in decision-making or delegating tasks to siblings and relatives, everyone has a role to play in bringing your wedding vision to life. Establishing clear roles and responsibilities for family members can help streamline the planning process and prevent conflicts from arising. Whether it's assigning tasks like organizing the rehearsal dinner or coordinating transportation for out-of-town guests, clearly defined roles can help ensure that everyone knows what's expected of them. It's really a win-win situation. You'll cross some things off your to-do list and your relatives will feel included in your big day without steamrolling the decision-making. And by working together as a team, you can create a wedding day that's not only memorable, but also reflects the love and support of your families. Number 5, mediating conflict. Of course, no family is without its disagreements and conflicts, especially when it comes to wedding planning. From disagreements over the guest list to tensions between in-laws, mediating family conflicts requires a lot of patience. Remember, this is a day to celebrate love and unity, so finding common ground and compromise is key. Number 6, addressing sensitive topics. Addressing sensitive topics respectfully is another essential aspect of managing these family dynamics. Whether it's discussing issues like finances or navigating family tensions, approaching these conversations with empathy and understanding can help prevent misunderstandings and hurt feelings. In some cases, seeking outside support or counseling may be necessary to navigate more significant family conflicts. Whether it's meeting with a therapist or seeking guidance from a trusted advisor, don't hesitate to reach out for help if you need it. Remember, your mental and emotional well-being are just as important, if not more, than planning your perfect wedding. Tip number 7, fostering positive family interactions. Finally, fostering positive family dynamics throughout the wedding planning process is key to creating a memorable and enjoyable experience for everyone involved. Whether it's through family bonding activities or regular check-ins to ensure everyone feels heard and valued, prioritizing positive communication and mutual respect can help ensure that your wedding day is a stress-free, joyous celebration. Well, that wraps up today's episode of the Wedding Collective podcast. If you found this discussion on managing family dynamics helpful, please share it with your friends and family who are planning their wedding. It would also mean the world to me if you would take a quick screenshot before the end of this episode and post it to your Instagram stories. Don't forget to tag me at Rebecca Westman Photography. Join me next week as I chat with one of my 2024 brides-to-be who is in the throes of planning her Lloydminster wedding. It's going to be a good one. Until then, happy planning!